He smirked from the bench, called me emotional, and dismissed my case without even hearing the evidence. But what he didn't know: I don't just take injustice, I dismantle it. And by the time I was done, he wasn't a judge anymore. If you've ever felt powerless against someone who abused their authority, this story will hit home. Hit that like button, subscribe, and buckle in, because justice isn't just served, it's delivered. I always believed the legal system was built to protect the innocent and punish the guilty. That's what I used to think, before I saw it up close. Before I stood in that courtroom, not as a criminal, but as a broken sibling, betrayed and humiliated. See, after our parents passed, my younger brother, Kevin, was left with me as co-executor of their estate. I should have known he'd try something. Kevin had always been the golden child. The one who skated by on charm and manipulation. Me? I was the older, more responsible one. The boring one. The invisible one. Our parents trusted both of us, and left behind a modest inheritance, enough to help with housing, bills, a future for our kids. I handled the paperwork. Kevin handled, well, nothing. Except draining the estate funds behind my back. At first, I thought I was just misreading the numbers. But the account statements didn't lie. Thousands were missing. Transfers to accounts I didn't recognize. Lavish purchases for things like golf clubs and crypto. Kevin acted clueless. Must be a bank error, he said with that smug little laugh. I mean, you handled the accounts, right? He was gaslighting me. And he was damn good at it. But I wasn't going to let this go. I lawyered up. Filed a petition with the probate court. All I wanted was accountability, a chance to show what happened, get him removed as co-executor, and protect what was left. I had evidence. Receipts. Transaction logs. Witnesses. But what I didn't have was a fair judge. Enter Judge Malcolm Preston. He looked like he walked out of a country club, gray suit, smug smile, and all the patience of a rattlesnake. The moment he stepped into the courtroom, I felt it. The dismissiveness. The coldness. My lawyer and I presented the case. Line by line, fact by fact. Meanwhile, Kevin barely tried to defend himself. He just leaned back in his chair, confident, smiling. And then the moment that snapped something inside me. Judge Preston leaned forward and said, "This seems more like a family squabble than a legal matter. Miss, you seem emotional. Maybe you two should work this out privately." Emotional. Like I was being irrational. Like I hadn't got solid evidence. Like I wasn't watching years of trust, money, and my parents' legacy get spat on by my own brother, and now the court. Then without even asking Kevin a single hard question, the judge dismissed the case. Just like that. No investigation. No hearing. Nothing. Kevin walked out grinning. I walked out shaking, with rage. That night, I didn't sleep. I stared at the ceiling, my heart pounding, my mind spinning. This wasn't just about money anymore. This was about power. The power my brother thought he had because he got away with it. The power that smug judge abused by ignoring facts and siding with someone who looked and acted like him. I wanted justice. But not just for me. I wanted to make damn sure neither of them could do this to anyone else. I started digging. Deep. Every judgment Judge Preston made in the last 5 years? I pulled the files. Every complaint against him? I filed public records requests. I found a pattern. He disproportionately ruled in favor of men in family disputes. Repeatedly dismissed female litigants as emotional. And several ethics complaints had been quietly handled internally. Even better? One of his former clerks had blogged, anonymously, about how he often made inappropriate comments behind closed doors. And I had a hunch about why he ruled in Kevin's favor. Turns out, Kevin used to golf with him. Same club. Same Saturday mornings. I found photos on Facebook. Tagged. Smiling. Holding drinks. Boom. Conflict of interest. Now I had a story. And a strategy. First, I filed a formal complaint with the State Judicial Conduct Board, complete with all court transcripts, the Facebook photos, a sworn affidavit from a former litigant with a similar experience, a signed statement from the former clerk confirming the judge's bias and misconduct. Then I contacted a local investigative journalist known for exposing corruption in the court system. 2 weeks later, the story broke: probate judge under fire for ethics violations and bias. And it blew up. Kevin tried to call me. I didn't answer. The court system launched an inquiry. And this time, the judge couldn't hide behind his robe. The conflict of interest with Kevin? Confirmed. His record of bias? Exposed. The judicial board didn't just give him a slap on the wrist. They issued a recommendation for removal. 2 months later, Judge Preston resigned for personal reasons. Publicly disgraced. Professionally humiliated. Career over. As for Kevin? The court finally reopened our probate case under a new judge, one who actually listened. Kevin was removed as co-executor. Ordered to repay every cent he stole. With penalties. And when he tried to argue? The judge looked him dead in the eyes and said, "This court is not your playground, Mr. Reeves. Justice doesn't always come easy. Sometimes the people with power forget they answer to the same laws as everyone else. But if you dig deep, stay focused, and never let rage replace strategy, you can take down giants." If this story gave you chills, or just made you want to high-five your screen, smash that like button. Comment below with the worst abuse of power you've ever witnessed. And if you love stories where karma shows up with receipts, subscribe now. We've got plenty more justice to serve.